Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for Thursday, July 7th, 2016. We're dealing with another hot and humid day, but actually temperatures might actually stay below 90 degrees in the New York City metro. Fortunately, that also means we're going to see showers and thunderstorms. So certainly a bit of a trade-off there, and then these thunderstorms will have the potential to be rather severe and capable of some very heavy downpours and flash flooding. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Right now, temperatures range from the upper 60s to lower 70s in northeastern Pennsylvania, mid to upper 70s over the rest of the northern interior, and lower 80s in the metro areas along the coast, leading to some rather muggy conditions and some fog that had lingered over the region earlier this morning and locally dense at that. We have a southwesterly wind around 5 miles per hour to almost calm conditions. And again, there is some of that fog that is lingering around. Now, we're already in the lower 80s. Look at the dew points. We're already in the lower to mid 70s. So the point here I'm trying to make here is that there is plenty of low-level moisture in the atmosphere. And with all that moisture lingering in the area, capable of lifting into the mid-levels of the atmosphere, that's going to lead to thunderstorms capable of some very heavy downpours. We're talking about rainfall rates over an inch per hour at times with some of these thunderstorms this afternoon. On the radar, you see this area right here? This is our trigger for this afternoon. This little disturbance out here, around 700 millibars, is going to be diving through northeastern Pennsylvania, northern New Jersey, central New Jersey, southeastern New York, and coastal Connecticut this afternoon and evening. And that is what's going to trigger the potential for these strong to severe thunderstorms. Now, the primary threat here with these thunderstorms, again, is going to be the heavy rainfall. But there is potential here for some strong wind gusts over 60 miles per hour in what we call downburst wind gusts. And there's also a threat for some frequent lightning. So these thunderstorms are not going to be something to play around with. They're going to be rather impressive. And if you're caught driving in one of these thunderstorms, understand the visibility is going to fall below a mile in some locations, and there will be a threat for localized urban flash flooding. So definitely use some caution. Don't try to drive through any of those submerged roadways. You could end up in a worse condition than you think. In the Philadelphia metro, it looks like you're going to miss out, but don't let your guard down with some of these thunderstorms. Sometimes what you get is what we call outflow boundaries, where you have cool, rain-cooled air coming out from the base of this thunderstorm and racing south, kind of like a mini cold front. And that at times can spark thunderstorms that aren't forecasted. And that's certainly a threat for Trenton, Philadelphia, Atlantic City, but especially around Trenton and Philadelphia, right around the Delaware River Valley, as these thunderstorms are racing south and east this afternoon. Certainly a boundary could develop and produce a thunderstorm capable of heavy downpours. Aside from the thunderstorms, you're going to be dealing with hot and humid weather conditions. So on our surface map, we pretty much have all of this played out here. This cold front, or waves of cold front, will slowly press south today, tomorrow, and on Saturday. And as a result, this heat wave, if you want to call it a heat wave, it's not officially one yet, will come to an end. By Saturday night, it's done. The humidity's gone, and so on and so forth. But in order to get there, we're going to have to deal with these waves of low pressure moving through. And each one of these waves of low pressure will produce a threat for showers and thunderstorms capable of some very impressive rainfall rates. Now, in terms of our drought, this isn't a drought buster. What this is that you'll get some locations where you get 1-2 inches of rain, and other locations, nada, nothing. That's why this type of scenario is never good for breaking a drought. It certainly helps in some locations, but it's not a widespread influence. So we'll see exactly how these thunderstorms develop, especially in some of these drier areas, as that could certainly influence the development of these thunderstorms as they race south and east. But again, it's better than nothing, but it's not going to end the drought in any way, shape, or form. But it's certainly better than having no rainfall at all. So this cold front's going to slowly drop south, and ahead of that cold front, we're going to continue to deal with temperatures basically in the upper 80s to mid 90s, depending on your location and where these thunderstorms develop. And on the infrared satellite picture, you can see These waves of low pressure are approaching the region with some higher cloud tops and some thunderstorms, and an impressive MCS have developed over the upper Midwest, and all of that is heading towards our neck of the woods. So let's dive into this forecast. For this afternoon, we're going to see the potential of that first trough, that first attempt of a cold front will move through the region. It will die out before it gets here, but it will produce the potential for showers and thunderstorms, some severe. Temperatures in the New York City metro will be in the upper 80s. Temperatures in the Philadelphia metro will range from the lower to mid 90s with a heat index near 100. So certainly a heat advisory still remains in effect, a heat warning, should I say. So definitely use some caution and make sure you're drinking plenty of water out there. For this evening, those showers and thunderstorms start to exit. Overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, watch out for low-level area of fog, reducing visibility below a mile at times. Look for lows in the lower to mid 70s throughout the region. For tomorrow afternoon, another weak cold front will attempt to move through and fail with an area of low pressure. Look for showers and thunderstorms remaining a risk once again, especially in the evening hours. This time the focus looks to be over much of eastern Pennsylvania and western New Jersey, but again, everyone is at risk. Look for high temperatures in the lower to mid 90s throughout the region. And on Saturday, our final cold front will finally march through the region with showers and thunderstorms a threat. Look for lows in the mid 70s, highs in the upper 80s to lower 90s throughout the region. By the time we get to Sunday, high pressure builds in, and with it, much lower humidity. Look for clearing skies with lows in the upper 60s to lower 70s, highs in the lower to mid 80s. You'll feel the difference in the humidity by the time you get to the afternoon hours. On Monday, high pressure will be in complete control with clear skies, lows in the mid 60s, highs in the mid to upper 80s, which is pretty much where we should be for this time of year. Our lows should be around 67 to 68 degrees. Our highs should be somewhere between 85 and 87 degrees, so we're pretty much where we should be for this time of year. On Tuesday, high pressure will remain in place with light and variable winds, lows in the mid to upper 60s, highs in the mid to upper 80s. And on Wednesday, high pressure starts to exit, so we'll start to get more of a southwesterly flow. And this is what I was talking about with some of my premium members, where you get this cool shot, then we warm up again ahead of another cold front with another cool shot. So any type of warm up to hot and humid weather conditions just is not sustained because we continue to see these cold fronts on the move heading towards our neck of the woods. On Wednesday, though, look for high pressure to shift off the coast. Southwesterly winds are expected, and as a result, look for an increase in humidity. Look for lows in the mid to upper 60s, highs in the mid 80s. And on Thursday, with that high pressure continuing to shift off the coast, southwesterly winds are expected with scattered cloud cover. Watch out for a thunderstorm in the afternoon. Notice the lows are in the upper 60s to lower 70s, a little bit more humidity in the atmosphere, and highs in the mid to upper 80s. That is your forecast discussion for today. Thank you for following NYNJPA weather, and as always, stay safe out there.